sorry to disappoint you. Huh? You triggered my trap card!
What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G for 2 Gut Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. Inspiring games, Legends Untold, The Great Sewers, Novice Set. So this fantasy game, we're about to set this game up, and then after that, you're going to get to see how the game is played. But first thing we got to do is we got to choose a hero. There are 4 heroes to choose from in this game. There are the Laborer. Now, each of these cards, you get to choose which side you want to play with. Other than the picture, the sides are identical. There's the Follower. The Gutter Snape. And the Performer. In order to understand the card, let's look at the card. Along the top, you will see the title of the occupation, in this case, a follower. On the lower left, you will see the attributes column, and these attributes are abilities that you will use during the game for certain obstacles and tests that will arise. On the right hand, you will see the combat results table. This is for a basic knife, your default weapon. The combat table will change when you acquire weapons, such as your starting weapon. It will be slotted over here on the side, where you see the symbol of the weapons above the combat table. The symbol of the book on the bottom shows where you'll be placing cards that you get as talents, the skills that you will possess, and you will pick new ones up during the course of the game. Likewise, the bag and the shirt symbols on the left of the card show where you'll be placing items and equipment and clothing. A starting party of 3 heroes may look something like this. Then, you're going to go through and you're going to check out the different scenario packs. The scenario cards that they have, the base game, the core game here, comes with a total of 8 of them, and they're double-sided. And they range from levels 1 to 2, all the way up to 6 to 8. So you're going to choose one of these, such as Thankless Task, and you're going to follow the setup instructions. First, you're going to want to make sure that you have all your decks separated, such as your barrier deck, your obstacle deck, and then your deck of discoveries, foes, booby traps, and loot items. Also grab your locations deck and your event deck. Consulting the scenario card, in this case Thankless Task, we see that it has a level range of 1 to 2, up on the top right-hand corner. And it also says start at the Big Drain. And it gives the serial number GSLO01. Let's take a look for that. Going through the locations deck, we find the drain room, we find the junction, and there we have the Big Drain, the room that I asked for. So let's get that out and put aside. The scenario continues with the setup, which is in the middle of the left-hand side. We're going to have to go through the deck and find the cards that it's talking about. When setting up the game for Thankless Task, you're going to need foes that have the serial number GSFO01 to GSFO07. The serial numbers can be found in the bottom left-hand corner of the cards. In this case, those cards refer to Lizardkin Watcher, Lizardkin Worker, Lizardkin Hatcher, Lizardkin Stalker, Lizardkin Chanter, the Lizardkin Rider, and the Glint Tail. In both the setup and the rules, it refers to Ripped Sewer Map, serial number GSIT09. The rules is called Severe Knowledge. In the setup, it tells you to find the card and set it aside. You are essentially starting with this item. And there we go. The Ripped Sewer Map. And the card reads, discard to gain a +2 on your next scouting test. The flavor text, apparently the library has a complete set of maps of the Great Sewer. Sewer workers are only ever issued with small portions of it, though. To continue creating your adventure deck, look down at the left-hand side of the scenario card at the bottom. You'll see a series of icons with numbers above and below. The numbers above are for the normal regular game, while the numbers below apply to a legendary, epic game indeed. And these are the cards, the number of cards that you are then going to add to these you've already pulled aside to create your adventure deck. Using the top row, looking at the iconography on the bottom, for the normal game, the silver ringed game, the numbers on the top, we see that we are going to need 6 event cards, we're going to need 7 location cards, now when you shuffle these, after you shuffle these all up, remember there's a note in the setup that says you're going to place the nest, serial number GSLO03, which is this card here, and you're going to put it in the bottom of the stack and set that aside. And now to build the adventure deck. 7 foes, that's how many that it tells to have in this game, and the setup pulls out the exact 7 that you're going to need. In other scenarios, there may be cards to pull out, and the numbers will get added, those cards will get added, just as the nest got added to the bottom of this. Next, the deck will consist of 10 discovery cards. Next, 7 random loot cards will be added. And then 3 booby traps. And then the adventure deck is ready to be shuffled. Make sure your event deck was shuffled. Make sure all the players read the scenario and know the goal. In this case, for Thankless Task, want to earn some bread? We haven't seen our workers in days, and the town guard is too busy to investigate. Go investigate, and come back. Goals. Obtain 4 or more plot tokens to complete the scenario. You gain 1 plot token for each of finding the nest, defeating any lizardkin foe, and obtaining the rusted tools or sewer key loot cards. Grab the readiness tracker and put it close to the play area, and then take the unlit side of the character token and place it in the bold position. Decide on the difficulty that you want to play the game, such as beginner, heroic, or legendary. And then all the players should decide on the difficulty concerning being knocked out, whether you're playing softcore, weakened, heavily weakened, or hardcore. These differences will drastically change both how you play the game and the end results of the game. Place your starting location in the center of the play area, in this case the big drain, and then take your party token, the unlit side as opposed to the lit side, and place that down in the middle of the location. Choose one of your heroes to scout ahead, in this case such as the gutter snipe, and place the scout token torch out down by that character. Then a second hero is chosen to be the rear guard. Any other heroes are in between them. So by the time you finish setup, it may look something like this. Now keep in mind this is a little bit crunched for space for the camera, but I think you get the idea of how a one-person, 3-hero game, or 3-player game, could end up looking on your table. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little setup, and we're going to be back in a few minutes, right away actually. Check out the next video to see how this is all going to come together and how this is going to play. And then, of course, we're going to have the live playthrough. So I'm your buddy Big John G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. And my friends, I am